Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew and I want to discuss the ending of Starfield, the choices leading up to that, and the choices that happen after making your decision. So, if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Now, I know that this is going to have some pretty heavy spoilers in it. So if you don't want to hear this, you need to turn around right now. I'm going to discuss stuff in the game that you can do, and then I'm going to discuss the ending, the choices that you can make, and the consequences of those choices if you make them too early. I guess it's not really too early if you get through. If you're somebody that wants to just get through the main campaign, whatever. But you are going to have to make this choice at the end of the game. So there's faction missions, there's side quests, there are main story campaign stuff, there are artifacts that you can go find, but more importantly, there are artifact temples. There's a temple that correlates to each one of these artifacts that will give you a special power in Starfield that has to do with, like gravity. I got, what did I get? Like 6 of them before I completed 7 of them, 6 or 7 of them before I completed the game. You'll be able to slot these in and choose whichever one you want to use. They're active abilities that you can use while in combat. They'll use like this MP system or whatever that will have a cost associated with each one of them, and you can use you'll gain like some star power or whatever that you can continue to upgrade these. So those right there, you can go around and you can search for those. They're anomalies on other planets. There's an enemy faction. Well, they're not necessarily. I mean, they are an enemy faction. It's called the Starborn. The Starborn, after a certain point, once you see the Starborn, they are going to be at every single one of those temples. They're going to be at every single artifact site going forward to try to prevent you from getting these artifacts to complete your main story quest. As you progress through the game and you complete faction missions, or you do side quests, or you make decisions in the game, all of those are going to kind of accumulate. As you get to the point where you're about to finish the game, you're going to be faced with a question that's going to ask you, all right, do you want to go and become a Starborn, like the other Starborn that you are fighting? And because it'll explain, I'm not going to spoil the Starborn thing completely, but it will explain, in a while, like halfway through the ending, what the Starborn are and what's going on with all of that. So you'll choose to either be a Starborn or turn around and go back and keep playing the game. So either way, you kind of at a point where you've got the necessary requirements to finish the game. But should you? And here's the thing. The more stuff that you do in that playthrough, the harder it's going to make you. The harder that decision's going to be of going and becoming Starborn and continue and like repeating the cycle and going back and into a multiverse where you're you, but you're not exactly you. People won't kind of remember you that much, but they'll have like this, like, oh yeah, you seem familiar type deal. But you'll still have like all the planets you've been to unlocked. You lose all your ships, you lose all your weapons, you lose all your money, you lose all of that stuff. Once you become Starborn, you kind of have to start. It's the new game plus. You do start over, but you're Starborn now, so you get like a new Starborn ship and everything like that. It's pretty cool, very fast. You don't really need any other ship or armor after that. But that's the thing. Like, once you get to this point, it's gonna feel like because in the game it leads up to it. Before you're gonna quit, you're like, man, I know. Do I wanna do it? Do I don't want to do it? Am I gonna miss you? Am I gonna? And it's just like this whole thing. Do you want to stay in the same universe that you've created, or do you want to become greater and keep searching for all the power and all the stuff that you didn't get, in your first run? It was pretty cool, man. I like the way this story turned out. The overall main story campaign is you start out like you find one of the artifacts on the planet, in the mining, while you're mining and stuff. That planet, or that artifact makes you see a vision, and then and then the next thing you know, you're out searching for these things, and you're part of constellation, and you're trying to figure out this mystery. But as you keep going and you keep finding more of them and more of them and more of them, the Starborn, which are essentially looking for the same thing so that they can collect all the artifacts and then go through the thing and become more powerful. It kind of becomes like a game to them. They just keep doing it, searching for them to become Starborn so that they can be enlightened, or whatever, because it's like the ultimate enlightenment for humans. And it's pretty cool how it goes. Like, you can go through each of this, like, the way that Starfield's set up with this multiverse thing is the fact that every time you go through the Unity, like you go through the Unity and you learn about everything, you learn about the secrets and all of that stuff. So you go through the Unity, and every time you do this, you can just keep building and building and building upon your power as a Starborn, and you can get stronger and stronger and stronger each time you go through the game, which is essentially like all freaking New Game Pluses, but this is just really cool how they put this one together. Really cool how they put this one together. So I would recommend your very first playthrough, do as much as you can. Do as much as you absolutely can. Don't rush through it. Do all the side content. Do everything. Make your mistakes, everything. And then, it's kind of like being judged at the end, like, do you have any regrets or something like that? And then you can, like, try to fix some of that stuff, or you can look at your whole playthrough. The more you do, the more impactful that ending is going to be for you. It was pretty impactful for me because I did enough stuff to where I was like, okay, cool, this at least enough for me to grasp the overall consequences of my actions, and the consequences of what's going to happen if I go through and become Unity, or if I just stay in my own world. I'm not even gonna lie, I kind of wish I would have stayed for a lot longer, because now it feels like a not emptier, but now it feels like I got to start over and build like some relationships up again and all of that stuff. But right now it feels interesting. I'm still liking it, but remember, once you become Starborn, you can't go back. Like, unless you start like a whole new game, you can't go back. So it's an interesting choice, and that's just something that I thought people should know about this overall experience, because I want you to get the most out of this game, so that you can really enjoy it and have a solid ending. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.